Hello, everyone. Very good evening to all of you. My name is Nelson, and I am a quant in Tradetron. So today I will be showing you how to create a strategy on Tradetron. So the agenda for today's strategy creation is how to create a strategy that takes a trade after price crosses a range of previous X number of days. So what we have to do is, first of all, we will go to this strategy section once we have logged into Tradetron. So we will go to create page. Over here, what I will do is I will just type the strategy name. Also, we will take the questions only at the end of the session. So please note down your questions and we will answer them at the end. So first of all, we'll just type the name of the strategy. So trade after price crosses range of previous X days. You can write any description that you want of the strategy, whether it's a directional or directional or indicator-based strategy or anything of that sort, and you can give all the details that you want to give in this particular strategy in this description box. Also, you can select, say, what kind of a strategy it is, whether it's volatility-based or whether it is, say, theta-based or directional or something of that sort. So, for example, directional. So according to that, you can create the tags also, but tags are not really necessary. But at the same time, if you just want to highlight to your subscribers later on or for your own understanding what kind of a strategy this is, you can select the tags according to that. So let's start off with the strategy creation part, where we will go to the first set, where the entry in this case will be based on when the current market price is higher than the highest high value of the last, say, 5 trading days. So how to create that entry condition? So I will just show that. So in this case, what we will do is, first of all, we will select the keyword as LTP, that is the current market price, and we will select instrument as Bank Nifty spot. All right. So for example, if I click on instrument name, if I select NFO Nifty Bank, then in this case, what it will do is it will select a spot index, all right, Nifty Bank spot index. But if I want to select, say, futures, then in that case, what I will have to do is I will simply have to add just the expiry, that is current month. Over here, there will be an option to select expiry. Since Bank Nifty expiry is the future expiry is at the end of the month, we will select current month as the expiry to select the future. All right. So in this case, since I want to select only the spot, what I will do is I will stick to only NFO and Nifty Bank. So right now, what I'm checking is that the last traded price, that is the current market price of Nifty Bank, should be higher than the highest value of the past 5 trading sessions. So what I will do is I will create a greater than equal to sign, greater than position keyword is what we will select. So almost all the main parameters that we used are clubbed under the position keyword. So over here, we will select highest high value. So highest high value of past 5 days, right? So basically, if today is Friday, so past 5 days will be basically yesterday, that is Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, and previous Friday, that is last Friday. It will not take into consideration the Saturdays and Sundays. So basically, past 5 day candles on a chart basis is what it will select. So highest high value of the past 5 trading candles is what this will select. All right. So over here, what I will do is in under highest high value, if we select just close, right, then it will take the highest high close of the last 5 candles. But in this case, we want the highest high value. So in this case, what we will do is we'll select click on highest high value, and over here we will select high. So high of past 5 candles. All right. So highest high value of past 5 candles is what we will select, and instrument name. Wait. Sorry. Over here I made a mistake. That under position, this is basically the candle position. So over here this will be -1 because we are selecting the previous 5 candles, right? So it will be position -1, and under highest high value we will select the period as 5. So that will give us the highest high value of the past 5 days. -1 is basically the previous candle. So current 0 candle is basically the current day. So -1 is previous 5 days it will select based on this particular parameter. And then we will select the instrument name, NFO, Nifty Bank, like this. So this particular entry condition is ready now, where we are selecting that the current market price LTP is greater than the highest high value of Nifty Bank spot on a day candle basis of the past 5 days of the previous 5 days. So -1 is basically previous candle. So similarly, on the highest high value of past 5 days of the high value. So that is what this will select. All right. Now we will also add another condition that we don't want to take trade immediately in the first minute, suppose, since the market is volatile. So I will select a time condition. The time of entry should be only after say 9:16. The time is greater than equal to number 9:16. Over here, you don't have to put any kind of full stop or that semicolon that we use for time or anything. So you just have to put 9:16 or whatever time. So suppose 9:25, then you can put 9:25 also. So according to that, we will just select a 9:16 and click on OK. So this is the time condition. This is the second condition that we have put. As you can see, this is the first block. Then there is the second block. So and it is an AND condition. So that's the reason why all of these conditions should match together. Then only it will take a trade. So we will add one more or two more conditions, in fact, where we will check the net quantity. So it's important to always check the net quantity in a crossover kind of a strategy that you create, because you don't want to take a position that is opposite of the existing position. So for example, if you already have a buy future position open, then at the same time, you cannot open the sell position, right? So at the same time, you just want to check that before basically, one second, let me just admit them. That before taking a trade, we want to make sure that the position that is there is completely nil. So there is no one who is there is no position that is currently open. So what we will do is net quantity traded instrument name of entry instrument. Select the underlying. Suppose Nifty Bank is our index, right? So Nifty Bank, set number 1, leg number 1, and condition number 1 is equal to 0, is equal to number 0. So what we are checking is that there is no current open position of the trade that we are going to take. At the same time, we will be creating two sets, right? So one is for buying, that is LTP is above highest high value. The second set will be for short position, that is the lowest low value. So in this case, we will also put one more condition, that net quantity. We can simply copy this over here, and I will change the set number. That set number 211 is also equal to number 0. All right. So we will just submit this condition. So now our entry condition is ready for the first set. All right. I will just submit it and close this. So this is now entry condition. Along with this, we'll just always remember to save this particular strategy every time you create a particular condition, because if you don't save it and if your internet connection goes off, then all of the conditions that you have put, you will have to type that again. So it's always important to keep on updating the strategy at regular intervals. Next is we will put next is we will put the position that we want to buy, right? So for example, based on the entry condition, what we want to do is we want to buy, say, a future of Bank Nifty. So NFO futures. You can also buy call option or put option and then select the strike according to that. But for now, we will select futures. So futures of Nifty Bank. And this will be, we want to make this as a positional strategy. If you want a intraday strategy, then instead of NRML, you can select MI. So let us keep this as NRML for now. And strike will not be there because in any case, this is futures. Strike will be there only if you are selecting options, right? So next is the expiry will be current month because there is no weekly expiry for futures. And in quantity, right, we have to always mention lots for trading in derivatives. If you are mentioning quantity, then that's for stocks and all. So where if you're buying say 10 shares of Reliance, then you can put quantity as 10. But if you're using derivatives, right, then it should always be lots. And in this case, we will buy one future lot of Bank Nifty. So this is basically the entry condition that we have created. Now what we will do is, I will just again update this. And since there will be two sets, I will add a set. So over here, next, just below the universal exit condition, if there is just one set, right, there will always be just entry and universal exit. But since this is a crossover condition where we are buying when it crosses above and selling when it crosses lower, then in that case, we will have to create one more set, one for short and one for a long. So this is the long set, right? So over here, we will put an exit condition, right? So over here, what we will do is, so we will create an exit condition that whenever, so instead of typing the entire condition over here again, right? What we can do is we can simply copy, or else we will just type it out in order to help you understand better. So what I will do is LTP of instrument name. On instrument name, we will select Nifty Bank Spot, NFO, Nifty Bank is less than, in this case, we want the lowest low value. So while entering, we selected the LTP is greater than the highest high value of the last 5 days. So we want to exit the position only when the trade is, the price is below the lowest low value of the past 5 days. So what we will do is over here, we'll select position keyword, position lowest low value -1. And then after that, on lowest low value, we will select the period as 5 days over here, and it should be low. It should not be close, because we are not choosing the close of the past 5 days. We are choosing the lowest low point of the past 5 days. So lowest low value, we'll select instrument name. Over here, symbol, if you want to select, change the time frame of the candle, then you can select say 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, etc. So according to that, you can select the time range also. But since we are selecting past 5 days range, that's the reason why we will keep this as day. And then after that, I will click on instrument name and select the instrument, NFO, Nifty Bank. So over here, what we have done is that whenever the LTP crosses the lowest low value or the low point of the past 5 days, then it will exit this particular position. So that is our exit condition. You can change this to as per your liking. So for example, you can just put say a super trend based exit. Entry can be on another indicator, exit can be on another indicator. Like that you can do. But the thing is, you have to make sure that there is no looping that happens, that there should be no overlap of the indicators, or else it can go into loop. It will continuously keep on buying and selling. So that can be a tricky situation. So just make sure of that particular part. So this is basically the exit condition of the buy position. Now what we will do is we will create the entry condition for the short position. So now I will again just save the strategy. Once I've updated it, then whatever part we have created will be saved. All right. So now we will move to set number 2. So in set number 2, what we will do is, similarly, we will just I will just copy paste this particular position, because the exit of this particular set is basically the entry of the short position, right? So I will copy it from here and paste it over here. So I will just select edit. So over here, right now, the first condition is all now ready, that you know what, LTP should be less than the lowest low value of the past 5 days. That is my short position entry condition. All right. Also, at the same time, I will also put a time condition for set number 2 also, that the time entry should only be after 9:16 is greater than equal to number 916. All right. Next is also we will add the net quantity keyword. Net quantity keyword is also important, because it will check whether there is any open position, as we discussed in the first part. So again, I will just add net quantity of traded instrument name. Under traded instrument, it will be again Nifty Bank. Set number, we are checking whether both sets should be empty, that there should be no open position before this entry takes place. So set number 111, net quantity of 111 is equal to 0, number 0. And this also helps in looping kind of a scenario, where you know what, if there is a strategy goes into loop, continuous entry and exit, then what will, in this case, it will check whether there is any open position or not. Or else sometimes what will happen is, if you just put a bot condition, then it will continuously keep on buying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 futures. all right, then that will be, you can face a loss because of that. So that's the reason why when you put net quantity is equal to 0, it will enter only if the net quantity of this particular position is 0. That is, there is no open position. If there is already an open position, then it will not again buy the same instrument. So that will save out on the on that error as well. So I will just put another condition that set number 1 instrument 111 is also 0 and 211 is also 0. So over here, I will put set number 211 is also 0 is equal to, I'm not checking the chats right now. I will check at the end because we'll take the queries only at the end. So yeah, so this is basically the entry condition for the short position where the current market price is basically lower than the lowest low value of the past 5 trading days. That is, if today is Friday, then Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, and last Friday. So last 5 trading candles, if the current LTP is below that, then only this particular short trade will enter. After this, what we'll do is we'll put this is the condition and short entry condition, and we will put the short position over here. So instead of buy, we will select sell. Exchange, we will select NFO. Again, futures. Again, we will select Nifty Bank. Nifty Bank. Again, this will be a positional strategy. So that's the reason why we're keeping as NRML. You can keep it as intraday also if you like. And then again, expiry will be current month and quantity will be lots as we discussed in the first part. So current law is equal to 0. So this is the short position. And then for exiting the short position, what we will do is we will select a condition where the entry of the LTP is again above the highest high. Only for this example, you can put any kind of exit condition as per your requirement. So NFO Nifty Bank, LTP of Nifty Bank is greater than position highest high value of the last 5 days, right? So -1 last 5 days, but highest high value in this case, we will select the high of the highest high value of the past 5 days. We select over here, and then under instrument name, we will select NFO Nifty Bank, right? So this is basically the exit of the short position, which is basically similar to the entry of the long position. I will just save the strategy and we will review this once again. Okay. So basically, first of all, the entry condition for the first set of the long position was that whenever the current market price, that is LTP, is greater than the highest high value of the high. All right, if there is so past 5 days, whatever was the highest high value of the past 5 trading day candles. So whenever the current market price is above that, only then this trade will happen. And it will also check that, you know what, the time is only after 9:16, since the first 1 minute is very volatile. So it will wait for 1 minute and then only take the trade. After that, it will also check whether there is any open position. Since there is this is a positional strategy, it will also check whether the net quantity of 111 is also 0, and set number 2, that is whether there is a short or long position, should not be open. When the net quantity is 0, then only it will take the trade. So there is no continuous buying or selling that happens in this case. All right. So once this condition is met, it will buy the particular future as we have selected over here. NFO futures, you can select a call or put option or any instrument that you want to trade over here, and it will exit only when the current market price is less than the lowest low value of the past 5 trading day candles. All right, because over here we have selected lowest low value of the low of the past 5 trading day candles of the -1 is basically previous candle, right? So basically for 5 days, it will check a -1. If you put it as 0, it will select the current day also. So which is wrong because it will be continuously fluctuating. So we'll select as -1, and according to this particular sell condition will be generated. And at the same time, this sell condition is nothing but the entry condition of the short position. So if you see over here in set number 2, the LTP, when it's basically lower than the lowest low value of the past 5 days, then we want to enter the trade. But at the same time, we are also checking over here that you know what, the net quantity of the bought instrument or the sold instrument in set number 2 is also 0. So basically, if there is an open long position, then it will not take the trade unless and until the long position has exited. And then only after that, when this condition meets, it will take the short position. And once the short position has exited, only then it will take the long position because of this net quantity keyword. All right. So after this, based on this short position entry, what we will do is we are basically selling a futures of Nifty Bank over here from NRML, that is basically positional strategy, current month loss. All right. So based on this, we have created this particular entry condition. And similarly, we are exiting when the LTP, that is basically the entry of the first set. And whenever the LTP crosses the highest high value based on high of the past 5 days, then only it will exit. So this will be the loop that will be generated from the time you deploy the strategy till the time of expiry. All right. So whenever you want to say universally exit the strategy, right? So for example, you want to exit only after say certain profit and loss. All right. Then what you can do is you can create a condition over here. So I will just create a different condition. So for example, my first condition will be that when the PNL, the profit and loss of the strategy crosses say 5,000 rupees. This is my target, greater than number 5,000 into, I will use multiplier. It's always a good practice to use a multiplier because see, when you start trading in one lot, right? At that time, you might be okay with say 5,000 rupees profit and things like that. But once you're comfortable with the strategy, and if you want to start trading it on 2 or 3 or 4 lots, then what will happen is that if you do not use this word multiplier, then it will book 5,000 rupees profit even for 4 lots or 5 lots, which is not the right thing to do. When you're trading in one lot, if your PNL is 5,000, when you're trading 4 lots, your PNL should be 20,000. So when you use the keyword multiplier, it will automatically multiply 5,000 into 4. So based on the multiplier that you're using, it will automatically multiply. That's the reason why it's important to use the keyword multiplier. All right. After that, what we will do is we will select stop loss also. That I want my stop loss to be say less than 2,000 rupees on a 1x basis. So I will just select the number over here, minus 2,000. Always remember that the stop loss or the loss should be in minus keyword. All right. And then after that, we will put the same multiplier condition. So this is basically 2 conditions of PNL. Here, it's very important to note that it should be an OR condition. If you see previous in the entry of first set and second set, all of the conditions were in AND because we wanted all of those conditions to be true together. Over here, we don't want both of them cannot be true together. You cannot have profit and loss at the same time. So that's the reason why we will use OR condition over here. And at the same time, since this is the strategy that we want to exit only on the monthly expiry, right? Till then, we want to keep on entering into this trade. So what we will do is we will create another group over here where we say that, you know, either the profit has reached 5,000 or the loss has reached 2,000, or I want to check that today is the current month expiry. So what we will do is we will use this keyword that today NSE is equal to current month expiry. I will select the underlying as Nifty Bank. 0 is basically current month. If you want to select next month expiry, then it will be 1. It will be 2 for the next month and things like that. All right. So now I will select 0 since this is the current month expiry that I want to check. So over here, what I want to check is that when it is current month expiry, suppose today is the 31st of March and today is the current month expiry. So it will select today. It will check whether today is current month expiry. And also I want to select that on current month expiry, if the time is greater than 3 p.m. because I don't want to wait till the end of the market, is greater than equal to number 15, that is 3 p.m. then this strategy should exit. So there are 3 strategy conditions that we have created. So as you can see, it's important to note that we created a group over here because we want these 2 conditions to be together. That I want to exit the strategy 3 p.m. only if it is the current month expiry. Then only, that's the reason why we have selected this 2 in extra group and we have put them together in AND. And all these 3 conditions, 1, 2, 3 are in OR condition. That whenever the profit of my strategy is more than 5,000, then it will exit. or if the stop loss of minus 2000 is hit, then it will exit. Or if this condition that, it's an expiry day and the time is more than 3 p.m., then the strategy will exit. So according to this, we can create universal exit condition. Over here, we will also select that check conditions every 1 minute. Over here, it's better to keep on continuous check always, because if there is a condition check of 1 minute, then the conditions will be checked only at the end of the minute. So because of that, there will be a delay of 1 minute and there can be slippage because of that. So continuous check will be basically every second check. So there will be no slippage. Also, if you want to reactivate the strategy, say after every 12 hours. So for example, after universal exit, if you want to re-enter the strategy the next day, then automatically say 3 p.m. if you exited on expiry day, then it will automatically reactivate at 3 a.m. in the morning on Friday, and it will start again taking the trade according to that. And then start, this is also important because we want to take the trade at 9:16 a.m., right? That was our entry condition. So that's the reason why then I will select say 1 minute over here, because start condition check after exchange open will be 1 minute. And I want to keep on checking the condition till last minute because it's a rollover and a positional strategy. So I will keep this as 1 minute. And last condition check before exchange close. That is basically before 3:30 p.m. till what time you want to check the condition. If you keep this as 10 minutes, then after 3:20, it will not check any conditions for this strategy because that is the setting that is that we have selected. So I will select 1 minute over here. And it's better to keep market price because in case of LTP and things like that, it will keep on checking the conditions at broker terminal, and there can be a slight delay in execution. But if it's market price, then it will fire market order. So that's a good thing. And then after that, we will just update the strategy. So that's how we create the strategy based on previous days crossroads. So this template will be available in our template section once this video is done, and also this video of this particular strategy creation will also be uploaded on a YouTube channel, so you can refer to it later on as well. So now let's just go through a few questions that I can. Okay, so this was not for me, I guess. Okay, all right. So any questions that you may have?
Sir, why set 1 and set 2? What do you mean by set 1 and set 2? That means after time, I am buying and I am exit that one. Next set 2, I am going to sell side, right?
Yes, correct. So basically set number 1 is for long position. So if you see this is buy, right?
Yes.
This is set number 1. So once the buy position has exited from the set number 1 over here in exit, then after that, I want to enter into a short position, right? So for entering this is the entry of the short position. And if you see set number 1, this is the entry of the long position, that is buy. Okay. So that's the reason why we create 2 different sets.
Okay, I can create two separate strategy, right? Sell also I can put on another new strategy, right?
Yes, so that's basically, but it will be, if you do that, then in that case, you are exhausting one strategy of yours, right? So basically, if you are in a starter plan and if you are just have one strategy that you can create, right?
Okay.
So then in that case, if you have this thing, if you create one strategy separately for buy and one strategy separately for sell, then you're utilizing 2 different strategies. Whereas if you use 2 different sets, then most of the conditions you can use in the same strategy. So you can save out on the number of strategies.
Okay, so this is positional. For example, I am taking on Friday. So time is ended at 3:15. So Monday I need to start this one again, or how?
No, so basically that's all. So if you say, for example, so it's important to note that this reactivate on exit after, right? This is the setting that is available in advanced settings. So over here, if you see, it means that if the strategy is exited via universal exit, it will be reactivated automatically after selected time period in advanced settings. So you can choose the reactivate strategy manually from the strategy menu on the deployed page also. So over here, what you will do is, so over here, if you have exited the strategy, if it's an intraday strategy, and if it's exited at say 3 p.m., then if you select say 12 hours over here, right? So today is suppose Friday, right? So today at 3 p.m. this strategy has suppose exited. And if I've selected 12 hours, then what it will do is 12 hours from 3 p.m. is basically 3 a.m. in the night, right? So it will automatically reactivate the strategy, but it will not take the trade because the market is not open. So the next market will be open only on Monday, right? So on Monday, automatically it will be in active position and it will start checking the conditions, and whichever condition is met of the entry of the long side or the short side, it will take the trade on Monday then. Okay. So you can select the time over here according to that whenever you want to exit, but you have to make sure that the exit of the strategy has happened only with the universal exit. If it's a set level exit, right, then it will not reactivate after 12 hours. It will continuously be looping because it's the entry and exit of the set. This is universal exit as a strategy level exit. All right. So basically what I mean to say is that this set number 1 exit will exit only the buy position. All right. Set number 2 exit will only exit the the short position that is entered in set number 2. But universal exit will exit all the positions that are open in all the sets. So if there are 4 sets that are there, that you are buying different instruments and all, and if the universal exit condition is met, then all the 4 sets will be exited together. All the positions will be squared off.
Okay, in set 1 and set 2, you not put the exit, you put on the universal by keeping 5,000 and 2,000 loss like
that. That you can do, right? Yes, that you can do. If you want to exit only on that parameter, so that you can basically tweak. And so the idea is to basically create the strategy. You can deploy it in paper trading whenever there is an this thing, and you can make an adjustment based on whatever your requirement is, that you can keep on doing.
Sir, in set 1 and set 2 also you have exit, then one more universal exit.
Yes.
Why?
So that's what. So basically set 1 is only, as I said, right? So what set 1, this entry, right? This exit is only for the position that you have entered in set number 1 entry. Okay. So if there is a short position that is open in set number 2, then this exit will not work because it is checking only this set number. So only if there is a buy position that is open from the set number 1 entry, then only this set will exit only this position. It will not touch set number 2. Similarly, any position in set number 2 will not be exited from set number 1. So this will be independent. Set number 2 is independent of set number 1. So so the entry of short position, only the short position will be exited from set number 2 exit. But universal exit, right? This universal exit, it will check all the positions that are open in set number 1, 2, 3, 4, or how many ever sets you have. It will check all the positions and square them up. All of them will be squared up from universal exit. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can try it in paper trading. You will automatically get a hand of.
So like that, you are having any strategy to check for us? If I subscribed for 300 rupees just for 1 month. So how can I edit this strategy? See, right now you show some coding to us and you explain to us. Like that, I can see some coding which is already
there. Yes. So over here, right, in the resources section, we have this strategy template. All right. So over here, these are different strategy templates. So for example, for this is the previous webinar that we had, right? Based on that, whatever is the strategy that we have created with hedge positions, etc., you will find this link of the strategy over here. So what you can do is, for example, I will just show you. So all right. So if, for example, I want to test this strategy, how it's working. All right. Then I will click on this strategy template over here. All right. And I will just simply click on duplicate. All right. So once I duplicate this strategy, this will be an option to duplicate. So then I will go to my strategies page. Over here, I will see that this copy has been made, right? So 5 seconds ago, this copy, that is this template was copied. So then if I want to check the conditions of this strategy, I will simply click on edit. And you will see that you don't have to write anything. All of these conditions that were discussed during the strategy, right? All of these conditions will be available over here. And then after that, you can just deploy it in paper trading and check how it's taking the trade during the day. And then after that, you want to make the changes in this strategy for your liking. For example, this is based on say 15 minutes and 10-3 candle. Then you can just make the changes over here. You can click on say symbol and you can change this to 5 minutes or 10 minutes as per your liking, and then update the strategy and redeploy it again. So once you click on deploy, then automatically it will be based on the parameters that you have updated for the strategy. It's like that. Okay. So yeah, so over here below the video also, right? So for example, this is the webinar that we had last week. So over here, if you see below the video, what we do is we give the link to this particular strategy template. So this today is the strategy that we made, right? I will just show you. So this strategy that we made last week, if you go to the link below this, over here, so over here, I will just pause this. So over here, you will see the link to this strategy. So you can just, whatever was discussed over here, you will see this, there is a link to duplicate this strategy over here. So you can click on duplicate and use that particular strategy from there. Okay. So basically based on that, then once you get an understanding of what parameters, what it is doing, then according to that, you can keep on changing the parameters.
Okay.
Also, one more thing that is important to tell you. So a question can come up like, based on what parameters did you select, say position keyword and things like that, right? What is the meaning of that and all? So for that, we have created a keyword documentation, which is also available at the bottom. So over here in the resources, there is keyword documentation for each and every keyword that is used in Tradetron to create a strategy, right? So over here, you will find the examples of all of that. For example, Bollinger Bandwidth, how to use this under position, all examples of that. So current month expiry that we just used, right? Like today is equal to current month expiry. So all those keywords and all of, for example, EMS strategy. So how to use that along with what is the meaning, all of those examples are available over here. So you can refer to this keywords documentation and create a strategy. At the same time, you can go to our Tradetron YouTube channel. So this is basically Tradetron YouTube. And over here, you can search any kind of strategy that you want to trade. So for example, whatever previous webinars we have had, we have uploaded those videos also. So for example, if I type this super trend, if I want to create a super trend strategy, then you can see that there is a webinar that we had conducted some time ago on super trend strategy creation. So you can watch this webinar and there will be a template also that is available. So you can watch that and create the strategy and then test this for yourself.
Okay. For your thing, what and all you created, I can duplicate those.
Duplicate those, yes.
Yes, some of the marketplace, some of the guys are there. I can't be able to duplicate them.
No, so basically this is basically a strategy creation part. So marketplace, right? This part, marketplace strategy is basically created by this users like Market Star and Professor and Strategy One. These are different strategy creators. So that is the intellectual property of this creator. So no one can copy that strategy, right? Because when you create your strategy, you also don't want someone else to copy your strategy, right? Because it can be your intellectual property. So that's the reason why you can use this strategy once it is on marketplace, and it will take the trades according to this into your broking account. But it will not basically this thing. It will not take the you will not be able to see the conditions of this strategy because that is their condition.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And second,
yes.
And second thing, I can able to get it. So what and all you are doing on webinar, we are having the strategy, we can duplicate, and a lot of documentation videos are there, we can learn. Okay.
Correct.
In some case, see, all the people are not like the same person. Some person learn from videos, some person learn from webinars. So in this webinars, I got the basics idea.
Right.
Second, next time if I'm trying to duplicate, I have more questions, right? Because what and all you are telling, still I am not able to get that universal exit right away. Correct. Even after 10 days also, I can't able to get it. That is true. So someone need to teach me. So guys, you have, instead of webinars, you have something like taking the classes or
yeah. So we have for that we have also started this TT University, right? So over here we are having different courses now. So if you see, right, so if you want on weekends, right, we have these different courses where you can actually join, for example, advanced strategy building. So if you want to learn in say Hindi and also English, then in that case, we have courses that are available that are conducted every weekend. So you can join these particular courses to learn in and out of how to create a strategy on trade.
Okay, this is 7,000. That is live class. Can you come down?
That is live class. That's what. So this instructor, right? He will be teaching on the weekends. He will be teaching you how to create the strategy and things like that.
Okay, come down. How many days, sir? That one, like one
so
day?
That's about 1 month. No, it's 1 month. Almost 8 to 10 sessions that are there.
Okay.
So basically, you can just click on this view courses and you can check whichever course that you want to select, right? So based on that, advanced strategy building and things like that, you will get all details over here of the.
Is available only in Hindi?
No. This is basically in Hindi. No, there is one more session that is happening, but that batch is full. So that's the reason why it's not shown over here. So whenever the next batch is open in English, you will be able to see that also.
Show me that VII, something like, go for that one more time, not here. The trade on, you showed 3 things, university and 3 things.
TT University. Okay, so there are 3 things. So, okay, wait one second. So over here, if I go, TT Quants and TT Assisted. So TT Quants is basically, you can hire a quant for 1 day. So one person will be there with you full day and he will teach you everything. So that you can check for 5,000 rupees per day. Okay. And there is a TT assistant also. TT assistant is basically for people who are not currently able to monitor their positions. So TT assistant, they will monitor the position. They will update you on the trades that are happening and things like that. Okay. So that's like, so you can check these different options that are there. And then if you have, so for example, all the details are available over here. So you can check that, and if you have any questions, you can ask.
Yeah, see, 5,000 means they will be morning to evening, like 9 to 5.
Correct.
You guys will be there.
9 to 5, correct.
So
right.
if I'm the basics, you will guide me A to Z, correct?
Yes.
But
So
for
from
that 1 day.
Yes, 1 day only, correct.
Okay, another thing, Unicity is like 5 days or 10 days class. It's when it is coming, we need to enroll for that, correct?
Correct.
Third one is something. What is the third one? Subscriber.
The assistant, TC assistant.
See, assistant when
is
you
basically assistant is for people who are, say, working in office, right? They don't know what is happening in their account and all. So T2 assistant will monitor their positions that are happening in the broking account. If there is any error, or if there is something that trade that happens in their account that they need to be updated, or what is the P&L and things like that, they will it is for them. So they will guide them according to that.
But deployment from our end, our strategy we are deploying, but they are going to just monitor. They are not going to do anything.
They are not going to do anything. Correct, sir. It's like
okay. That. So when you told one class is already full for English, right?
Yes, the strategy creation one class is already full. So whenever the next batch is open, right, you can check the TT University webpage. So whenever the next batch is open, we will send out a leaflet also, and also you can sign up based on that. Okay. So over here you will find all of those details. At the same time,
may I ask question any?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have only 5 minutes left for the webinar.
मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा हूँ कि ये मेरा टर्न मीन्स मेरे ये क्वेरी है कि आप जिस तरह से ये मैं टॉक इन हिंदी?
हाँ सर, प्लीज बोलिए.